Aloha and welcome. My name is Marty Berger and I'm a local attorney and the owner of Hawaii Debt Solutions, a full-service company designed to help people get a fresh financial start. Now today we're going to talk about how to stop collection agent calls. So first I'll tell you about what kind of calls you can stop, tell you how to stop them, and I'll tell you a little bit about what's going to happen after you stop them. So first of all, let's talk about the calls you can stop. All of the calls you can stop are covered under something called the Federal Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, or the FDCPA for short. And what this law does is it tells collection agents what they can do, what they cannot do, and the penalties they'll pay for violating these laws. Now, there are two big exceptions I need to tell you about. The first is for business debts. Now, for my clients, that's not really a big deal because most of my clients, they've got very small businesses, and they usually pay with the personal credit card, and the collection agents don't know the difference, so don't worry about that part. The other one, though, is for original creditors. So, for instance, let's say you took out a credit card from American Savings Bank, and they call you. There's nothing. I mean, you can tell them to stop, but they're not going to stop. It's not covered under the FDCPA. So how are you going to stop these calls, though? You're going to send them a very simple letter called a cease and desist letter. It's called cease, C-E-A-S-E is how it's pronounced, okay? Now, once you can go online, you just Google collection agent cease and desist letter, you'll find a form. Okay, and what you're going to do is when that collection agent calls, you're going to ask them the name of the company, their mailing address, and if they don't give you the mailing address, you can find one online, and the account number. Now, at that point, you're just going to plug it into this letter that you found and send it off to them. Now, what I don't want you to do in that letter, I don't want you to say why you couldn't make the payments, how are you going to make the payments in the future, or even admit that you owe the debt. I don't want you to admit you owe the debt at all. Okay. Now, they're allowed to contact you one more time after you send this letter to tell you what's going to happen if you don't make the payments. Usually they'll tell you they're going to sue you. If the debt has been sold, then you'll have to send another letter, but it's no big deal. You just plug in the new numbers and you take care of that. Now, what happens if they don't stop calling you? They're in violation of the FDCPA. You can sue them. I can tell you as a practical matter, it's takes too much time and energy, and the return is just not worth it. It's better for you just to block the number and move on. The real problem here is not that the collection agents are calling, it's that they're calling and why they're calling. And the chances are, if it's more than one collection agent, it's because you're in a serious financial bind. Now, I'm concerned, and you should be concerned, and that is because they're going to sue you, and they're going to get a judgment. Ultimately, when they get that judgment, they're going to garnish your wages and they're going to seize your bank accounts, and they can do that for a very long time. So if you're in that situation, if you think you're going to be sued, if you are being sued, or even if you're being garnished, you've got to talk to a competent lawyer as soon as possible to talk about what your options are. Now, if you'd like to talk to me, I'm happy to give you a free, no obligation consultation. We can talk about your whole situation. I've helped thousands of people over the last 25 years. I can probably help you. Now, just a quick word. As you know, we're in the COVID crisis right now. And unfortunately, the COVID crisis has created a financial crisis for the folks on this island. That means that a lot of my time is going to be taken up real soon. I'm about to get very busy. And quite frankly, I love to help people, but I'm not going to be able to help everybody. So I do urge you right now, if you know you're in a situation, then you should give me or someone else a call as soon as possible. Okay, thank you very much and have a great day.